With all the latest big discussion and talking points from the football world, this is Football Central. And go.
Hello and welcome to Football Central. This is the post-match talk following Manchester United's 3-1 victory away at Everton. Joining me today, we've got a full house for the first time since I think, I don't even know.
Last
September
season, the review show we did.
Yeah, I don't seem to have any memory of that, but sure, yeah, okay. So, joining me, we'll start with the youngest first. Joining me is Mr. Ben Carney. How are you doing, mate?
I'm alright, how are you?
Yeah, very good, very good. And also, it's the man whose channel this is, Mr. TubeMix. How are you doing, buddy?
Thank you, I'm good.
And then, I am Jordan, also known as JLIWheels. I'm doing fine. I was just about to ask myself how I am. That was really weird. And then the oldest and certainly not the wisest of the group, it's Mr. Sam Taylor. How are you doing, dickhead?
Yeah, I'm the best good-looking one of the group, though. I'm excellent. I'm excellent, thank you. How are you lads doing? Yeah, fine.
Good to be back all together.
The stars have aligned.
I don't know.
Did you just say?
Go on.
Oh no! I thought you said something else. So it's alright.
No. I said it's good to be back all together.
The stars have aligned.
So it would seem. So yeah, I don't know what we're waiting for, but I'll talk, shall I?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, so, 3-1 win for United. We all have, I think we have mixed opinions about this game. So we'll go through it. Obviously, Everton opened the scoring in the 19th minute after a volley from Bernard on the end of the box, and then Bruno Fernandes at the double, a header from across from Luke Shaw, and then a cross-come shot, which didn't take a touch off Marcus Rashford. And then in the final minutes, as Everton pushed for a winner, they fluffed the lines up one end for an equaliser, and then Edison Cavani killed the game off with his first goal for the club.
Yeah, it took it well, I thought, to be fair.
I didn't see it. I
I've not seen
thought
it.
it had finished there, to be fair. So I didn't expect another goal, so I just turned it off.
Yeah. Took it well. Hopefully, he can kick on a bit now.
Yeah, definitely. So there are a couple of things, obviously, that we're going to want to talk about. Player ratings coming up soon. I think we'll get Will to do those. Usually, he gets one of me or Sam to do it, but I think we'll get Will to do them.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's something that me and Will have touched on a lot about Ole, but the four of us as a group haven't had a conversation altogether since probably the last time we had a discussion like this. So it'd be really, really interesting to get deep right into Ole, because that sounds a bit weird. But I think to me, the pressure is still on. To me, it was a good performance from United, but they were still there for the taking, and Everton just were, stuck to that one tactic, cross towards Calvert-Lewin, and the service for Calvert-Lewin is awful. There are strikers out there that can build from nothing. I understand that, but you do have to have somebody that can get the good kind of ball into you, and it's always difficult when there's balls in the air. So Yeah, that's my opinion.
Okay. Of course it's a great win, but I'm certainly not getting carried away because I'm still not convinced particularly. I thought I was shocked. I thought I expected much more threat from Everton. Definitely, I was expecting Calvert-Lewin to be really a threat. But no, I think both teams really weren't at their best. Really, it's a strange one. Well, it was for me. But yeah, obviously it's great to get back to winning ways, but
For now.
definitely can't get carried away. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I mirror that sort of. You saying it's good to get back to winning ways, and I agree. But with United, obviously, it's about the inconsistency, and that's a big problem. And it has been for a while, not just under Ollie. But it's something that needs addressing. But on today's game, there were parts where I didn't think we were good enough. I didn't think we looked after the ball good enough. But in games like that where you need a win, you will take it however it comes, and that's what we did. Another thing I think is a bit strange, that there were no sign of Van der Beek again. No, we got him for 40 million, I think it was, and he must be wondering why he came. You know what you think I said?
Yeah, very odd, isn't it?
Unless there's something behind the scenes. Carry on, Ben.
I said the last time I was on here with the Arsenal game, I said we should go into that a bit more, so maybe we will today, I don't know, but it seems strange, because on Wednesday night against Istanbul, Bakshir, whatever they mean.
I could never pronounce them.
Versace here.
He got taken off after about an hour, and he was the best player on the pitch, so I thought today he might have rewarded him with a start, but again, he wasn't involved. Strange.
I think, I think he's just to pick up on what you were saying there, Ben. I think he's every time I've watched him, he seems to have played well. And I say well, he's not had much time to influence a lot of games, but in the time that he's touched what's neat and tidy, he's scored a couple of goals. We know, he was part of an Ajax side that got to the Champions League semi-final and probably should have got to the final and maybe won it. They were arguably the best side in that tournament. So
Yeah, I'd agree.
So we're talking about a quality player here, but carry on with your point, Ben. Sorry, mate.
Yeah. And I just think, like I said, it's strange, obviously. It's still a long season, and the best teams out there get and rotate their best players, and so we might see him eventually being integrated into the team, whatever. But yeah, at the moment it's strange.
Unless there's something behind the scenes happen that we don't know about, it could be.
Yeah.
Maybe
It's not fully fit.
maybe in training, he's not doing too well. I don't know. There are lots of things that you can say for it, but I understand. But then also, I think when there is conversation about Van der Beek or Pogba or whatever, it does take away from the performances of
Yes.
McTominay especially, who I think has done fantastically.
Yeah, him and Fred have been great.
McTominay, I think, is the best example of a leader that United have got.
Yeah,
I think
Along with
De Gea-
Maguire and
Not saying a
Fernandes.
lot, is it?
I think De Gea is too quiet to be considered.
Oh,
He's not
excuse me.
vocal enough for a goalkeeper. I think
Excuse
Maguire,
me.
the likes of I like Lindelof, but he's got a mistake in him.
He was shaky today. He was again.
Maguire, I just think, is the biggest con in football. I really don't understand.
No,
the hype at all.
I think it's because of his incident. Whenever that's finalised, and he'll be back to his best again.
Yeah, but I think like
Credit where it's due today, though. I thought Maguire played really well.
he was good in the air, wasn't he? He was very, he did well to stop the crosses. I agree. All I'm saying is I just think he's majorly overrated. I think there are a big number of centre backs in England better than he is.
Do you not
Let
think
alone the
he's
Premier
England's best centre back though, Maguire?
No, absolutely not.
I mean for the
England's
national
best
team.
centre-back?
Sorry.
I think that's difficult though, because there are a lot of good centre backs in England at the minute.
No, I mean for the national team.
Who plays best for the national team? Oh, that is difficult.
No, out of the centre, if you're saying that Harry Maguire's not the best English centre half in the country, who is the best English centre half in the country?
Oh, hang on, we've got the chat going. Jake Smith says, "Hi boys, great win." Doug No says, "Let's be honest, Maguire best isn't even that impressive." Doug No, 85 million for Maguire was a massive rip-off.
Yeah, I agree. I believe he's good. Don't get me wrong. To me, he should start for England, but he's not the best England have got.
Yeah, but at the time, picking up on the price tag, yes, it's a lot of money. It's the way the football market's gone these days.
Exactly.
But
Ben, let Ben finish his point.
The Neymar transfer changed that, and I agree with you. There's a lot of centre backs out there that are better, arguably. But at the time when we got him last year, who else was available? And I feel like with the price tag, yes, it's a lot of money. Yes, it's a rip-off and some people died, but that's not his fault.
I agree.
I agree. I think there's a lot of, you're looking at Saeed Benrahma and Ollie Watkins, who had amazing seasons last season for Brentford, but have never played in the Premier League. Now, say 10 years ago, you'd probably pay up to 15 million for a top championship player that did what they did.
Oh, hang on, lads. Hang on. Sorry to interrupt you, but Doug Noah said Paul Merson summed Maguire perfectly in the Soccer Saturday chat when he was signed.
What did he say?
I don't know what he said about him. I don't remember.
No, I don't remember.
Maybe Don't Know can fill us in on that.
Yeah.
But just going back to my point, a player of of Ollie Watkins, Benrahma ability would probably have been signed for about 15 million 10 years ago, and now because of the inflation in the market, they're going 32 million, whatever, 30 million plus. But that just the point I'm making is Harry Maguire. I mean, nobody's worth 85 million. I mean, or 80 million. Even like we're talking, the inflation for money. I mean, even Ronaldo and Messi aren't that is an unbelievable amount of money, but that's what you have to pay now if you want top players.
Yeah.
And you've got agents' fees and
Oh yeah.
I feel the
fees.
same. Just to prove, it's not a United bias because I'm not really a fan of United. I
You
also
really
believe that
don't like United.
I also believe that paying 72 million for a goalkeeper who clearly has no use of his hands doesn't really work either.
I
In
take it
terms of
you're on about
Chelsea
Kepa.
and Kepa, yeah. Whereas Liverpool paying 75 million for Alisson or whatever they paid for him also isn't justifiable. But when you look at what he's won in Champions League or Premier League,
Oh, Alisson's a
that
quality goalkeeper.
it definitely
Yes,
justifies the
but
price
nobody's
tag.
worth 70. No,
The
but
money.
the thing is the inflation of the money. Now, Alisson is worth whatever a top goalkeeper should be worth. But I'm just saying that the money in football's gone mad.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
the thing is the money has to reflect the investment. Like you look at, for example, let's say Kepa, right? So they bought Kepa for 72 million. He probably was the most promising goalkeeper in Spain, right? Really good. I've seen loads of him from when he was at Atletico. He was, definitely the best young keeper in that league. 72 million for a goalkeeper, overrated anyway, right? Absolutely.
Yes.
No goalkeeper.
No player.
Yeah.
is worth
No player, right? I agree. Okay. But if you compare him and what's the best Kepa's done? Got qualified for Champions League,
With Bilbao.
and then with Chelsea, and then you look at Alisson, and he's come in and they've won Premier Leagues and Champions Leagues. The money that they've got from all that probably means that transfer was justified. But if you look at, there's two examples in the United team, for example. Maguire and Pogba, 85 for Maguire, or 80 or 85 for Maguire, and 88 for Pogba. When you look at Pogba, for example, at least they won the Europa League while he's been there. And that probably helps, but
He turns up whenever he wants to.
No, but hang on. What I'm saying is, from the point of the Neymar transfer was you're paying for everything that Neymar is. Same with Pogba, you're paying for everything that comes with Pogba. You think about
not just the player. Yeah.
You think about the shirt sales and the social media hype.
Yes.
And all that. Pogba probably almost has paid off his transfer fee in terms of just what he brings anyway, let alone his numbers on the pitch, which are up and down.
Yes.
Whereas I don't feel like with Maguire, he's really done that.
Having said that, it's a great. I mean, Leicester have done great at.
Oh yeah.
You look at the money they got for Mahrez. You look at the money. I know Kante only went for 30 million, which is a steal when you look at it. But
didn't they pay 2.5 for him though, or something like that?
7, I think. You look at the money Maguire went for. So yeah, I was talking to this about my dad. I don't know if you saw the Leicester and Leeds game on Monday night, but I was saying that you look at United's how we're investing, like you could say panic buying at the last minute, maybe not in the right areas, whatever. And then you look at what Leicester do, where they lose a star and then they bring somebody like Wesley Fofana in, who looks really good. So Inchu's come in and they brought
Luke Thomas, the young lad from the academy, Castagna as well, yeah.
So I'm just saying, you look at their investment and the way they keep going, and the money that they sell the players on for. And I don't think Leicester are a selling club. Don't get me wrong; it's not like they get rid of all the best players. But I'm just saying, you look at them as a model compared to how Man United have done things, panic buying. The strategy they've got compared to us, I think Leicester are well above where we are in our development.
Yeah, definitely. Brendan Rodgers has got on playing well as well. Can I just say that what I mean in terms of the Maguire not being worth the money and what have you and everything like that. Junkno made a great point. He put Upamecano available for 36 million and Gabriel was bought for 22. Shows what a bump Maguire was. Well, like Gabriel is very good. Okay?
Gabriel is brilliant.
I rate him so highly, and Upamecano seems great. Upamecano seems great as well. We don't know too much about him. Really,
and I can tell you he's a good player.
Seen bits and bobs of him in the Bundesliga and for France and stuff. But it does come back to the thing, and that if you're English, you're always worth a bit more money. It's like Bayern Munich were willing to pay 70 million for Hudson-Odoi, who is a class player, and part of that money would be to do with his future development and things like that. Different things like that. So in some ways, you could say 70 million for a 19-year-old Englishman who's frightening on the ball and really skillful and stuff is fair enough.
He hasn't done a lot. He hasn't.
No.
I mean,
if he's worth 70 though from Bayern, what would Bayern pay for Greenwood?
See, that's interesting though, because I think that all those kind of players should all be in the same sort of, all the young English should all be sort of the same sort of value. Because like you look at it for the future development and what have you, Foden can go right to the top. Greenwood can go right to the top. Twanzebe, if he gets the development right, if he develops right, Twanzebe can go right to the top.
Another good point is, I've just sort of, we say about players that play at the big clubs, but for somebody like, say, a Jack Grealish, is he almost worth more than a Greenwood because of the worth he is to Villa? So would Villa bump the price up above what Man United have bumped the price up for Greenwood, say, or Rashford? Does that mean because he's their sole prized asset, does that make him more expensive?
Yeah. I mean, they were saying, was it Villa that wanted 80 million for Grealish?
Yeah.
That tells you everything. But I said it at the time. I think Grealish is worth, thinking about how much of a prized asset he is to Villa. Like you said, he's worth 40 at the most, 50 if you're pushing it.
Yeah, well, I agree. Obviously, in my opinion, I rate Jack Grealish very highly.
So do I. I think it should be an England side.
But
isn't he this time?
We had this conversation before, and you go back to Van der Beek, right? You could get European young talent for half the price of what Jack Grealish is worth. And yes, I rate Jack Grealish very highly, but there's no way he's worth 80 million. I think we made the right decision going for Van der Beek for half the price.
Really, really interesting conversation. This.
Yes. Sorry, guys.
I was just gonna say that if you want to talk about the comments, I was gonna do that.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
Hudson isn't worth 70 million. He's a 35 million player max. He hasn't shown enough to be worth 70 million. Don't know said that. I understand that, but also young players are hugely. You think about João Felix from Benfica, right? Cost
100 million euros, was it?
Yeah, cost Atletico Madrid 120 million pounds or something like that. And then similarly, Mbappe, didn't he cost something like
200 million?
68 million or something? So, no player on earth is worth that. And then he also said Grealish is now a 45 million plus player. I agree. I think he definitely
in today's market, I'm sorry, buddy, but in today's market is definitely worth more than that. In
He
terms
said-
of he's not, but in terms of inflation and the way, if you're saying, I don't know, you look at how much did Kai Havertz come to Chelsea for?
90 million.
Then Jack Grealish has got to be worth about 130 million.
No, because that's ridiculous. Because Kai Havertz is 20 years old.
Yeah, but Jack Grealish is a far better player than Kai Havertz, in my opinion.
That's a joke. I don't agree with that. Don't know,
Big
Felix
call,
showed
that
it.
is.
Felix showed it in the Europa. Mbappe showed it in the CL and League One. Yeah, that's true. I agree because you say about the money for Mbappe and Neymar. 160 million on 242 for Neymar. That's like 400 million if you add it all up and whatever. But the money, the viewership and the money and the fans that they brought to the French league in general probably pays for most of that, and the amount of success they've had, the league Untitled, the Champions League final again, probably pays for it. Yeah, it has ruined football in terms of, if you're willing to pay 50 million for a James Tarkowski, for example, that side of it does ruin it. If you're willing to spend so much money, then that's that is what that is. But as long as players can back it up, I don't disagree with spending large amounts of money. But there's always, like Ben said, there's always cheaper alternatives. Like you said about Van der Beek, 35 million, whereas you would have had to have paid 80 million for Grealish or 100 million for Sancho, who is world class. But what would they have said if they'd have gone with somebody else and got better results? That being said, Sancho is probably a bad example because I believe he is world class and is worth that money.
It's probably not quite yet. It's got the potential to be world class.
And I think people forget how young Sancho even is.
I think Sancho is world class.
Yeah,
you can't say a player of 20 years of age is world class. It's got to be. He's a very, very good player. Better than I would be able to put him there. That was silly of me. But there's no way that he's world class yet. Harry Kane is world class.
Yes.
Aubameyang is world class. You could argue Grealish, Havertz, Werner, they're all world class. There's no way that Jadon Sancho yet is world class. He's a very good player.
I don't know. I don't agree with that. I don't know how you can say.
Ask me that question in 3 years, and then when he's done it over.
Hang on. Hang on.
Wait, I'm in the middle of the point.
Oh, sorry.
Just wait a minute. And there's no way the world class, it can't be defined by, it's about how well a player performs, but it's over a sustained period of time.
Right.
Yeah. So don't know is saying, of course, I'm going back to the money thing. Of course, I'm taking into inflation now. I'm just saying that the prices that teams would have to pay now. And then he said Hudson still hasn't showed it in anything. I have big reservations on Hudson-Odoi still. Then he said Van der Beek 35 million is a good buy in my opinion. And then he said Messi was world class at 20, which I agree. Mbappe was world class at 20, which I agree. And Rooney was world class at 20, which I agree. And then I don't understand how you can also say, Sam, that Werner is world class, Havertz are world class, but Sancho isn't. I disagree with that completely.
I do.
Because I think they've proved it over a few years now. Sancho, who's a very good player, it still goes missing in a lot of games.
Hold on. I'm just gonna make a point about Sancho, man. He was at City, wasn't getting any game time. He made a point of going over to Germany to get game time, and his numbers, you say have say for example, is world class, because he's proven it. But in my opinion, Sancho has been bold in going to Germany.
Yeah, takes
and
good.
He has proven it, in my opinion.
He's been there a good
Yeah.
few years now.
He's had the confidence to know how good he is, which I appreciate. But obviously,
I
you know,
agree with what Ben's saying. I'm going to make the point as well, but very quickly to say if a player is good, maybe Werner and Havertz aren't world class. Then maybe they're very good players. But how do we define world class player? Ronaldo and Messi have been world class players. Thierry Henry, Bergkamp were world class players
Oh,
who
yes.
ended up as legends. But where does a world class player start?
well, that's the thing, isn't it? It's very subjective what world class is and what isn't. Like I've heard one of you say that Harry Maguire was world class. I think it was you, Sam. You said Harry Maguire was world class.
I didn't say that.
You have said it in the past. I know you wouldn't say it now, but in the past you have said that. I know you have. So, but if
I
that's
don't
what
remember
you
him saying that.
I've said he's a very, very good defender. I said he could become world class. I never
All
said
right,
he was.
okay.
Yeah,
so
I
if,
think.
So
Yeah.
if you feel like at a point, not right now, but at a point, let's say after the World Cup, because I would agree that he was on that kind of world class train there. So what to you is world class then?
Somebody who performs over a consistent period, but and obviously, where does potential turn into class? That's the thing. Now you could say Sancho has started to fulfill his potential, but has he fulfilled his whole potential? Yeah. Or is there more to come? So is he a world class?
Yeah, but
Havertz.
because of the age they are, it's difficult there.
There's obviously more to come from them, unless they get a career-ending injury or whatever. There's obviously more to come from them, but say for example Sancho, there's still more to come from him, but in my opinion he is world class. He's showing it. So if there's more,
fair enough. I can't argue with that. I can see exactly where you're coming from.
If there's more to come from him, which people say there is, and I agree, he could produce record-breaking numbers potentially.
Yeah, and it's the same.
I can't disagree. Just quickly, then I can't disagree with what you say there. If you feel like that, then yeah, it's shown what a quality player he is.
It's the same as it's the same as Modric, for example. He was good at Tottenham, went to Real Madrid, never really thought he wasn't that great, and then he ended up winning the Ballon d'Or, and he's a world class player.
Yes, Modric is brilliant.
Sometimes it can be in the eye of the beholder in some ways, but other times you have to look at the numbers and look at the performances and say, yeah, that player is world class.
Lewandowski is world class, isn't he?
Let's finish the Lewandowski debate right there, because Lewandowski is the best striker in the world currently. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what anybody.
Third on the list.
His numbers are ridiculous.
In terms of all-round goal scoring, Lewandowski is the best. In terms of all-round
his numbers.
In terms of all-round play, Harry Kane's the best.
See, I think the thing that I'm not going to disagree there, because I will say that Harry Kane, in terms of his his goals output has remained at a high level, but also especially since him and Son have really flourished, his assist record is equally as ridiculous.
His passing ability is phenomenal. It really goes unnoticed.
So I think it is a difficult one to call, but for me personally, it
If
is
you're talking
Lewandowski.
pure striker, then Lewandowski. If you're talking that are forward scoring goals, then I agree Lewandowski, because his numbers are outrageous.
Yeah. Whereas I think Harry Kane's game has evolved, and he's like a better version of Firmino. Firmino does all the hard work and all the can get all the assists, but his goal
He's
record
dried up on the goals, hasn't he?
Isn't as good as it should be.
Yeah.
Whereas Harry Kane can do the assist, can track back, can do everything, and still scores the goals he needs to score. To just go back to what Duncan is saying, because I don't want to ignore comments. He says, for me, world class is somebody who has shown the ability to change the game on his own. Sancho has still not fulfilled his full potential, and he said 100% lower, meaning Lewandowski is the best striker in the world, ATM. He then says Wayne Gretzky is an example of a legend. So Wayne Gretzky, I think he's the hockey guy. I seem to have heard that name before. I don't know where. Right. I think he's that like legendary hockey player.
I don't know. I just asked, do we know who Duncan supports?
Arsenal, I think, because
Oh, you are an Arsenal fan. Classy team there to support. Played some great football.
I like Arteta, I really do.
We're the modern day catalyst for what we see now. So Henry, Bergkamp, all those great players.
Oh, great player. Van Persie as well.
Yeah, Van Persie. What? I know we're going slightly off track here, but just to keep Duncan know, if you are an Arsenal fan, please, we will apologise if we got it wrong. But what would be success for Arsenal this season? What are you hoping for? Yeah, it'd be great to hear back from you.
Yeah, exactly. And before Duncan, if they respond to that, for me, if I was an Arsenal fan, I'd be thinking FA Cup, Europa League, and finishing in the top 4 for me would be a very good season for Arsenal.
What, to win the FA Cup and the Europa League?
To win the FA Cup and Europa League and finish in the top 4, yeah, that'd be.
Well, for me, although it'd be fantastic, that is overachieving at the moment for Arsenal.
Oh, hang on, he's responded.
Hold on. Let me.
Sorry, Ben.
That is overachieving for Arsenal. I love the way they're going. They have a clear vision. They're bringing international, proven quality players into the team, like the likes of Partey. They've convinced Aubameyang to stay. But
he was a big signing here.
First of all, they need to get into the Champions League.
I agree. That has to be the main priority.
So Duncan has said, I'm Arsenal. Success for Arsenal is top 4. All we need is to get back in the UEFA Champions League. If it is top 4 or Europa League, just get us back there.
See, this guy knows what he's on about. I love it because he's realistic. That's I think you're spot on there, don't you? You know, it's a realistic.
That has to be the thing for Arsenal, because for me the quality they've had over the years, they deserve that. Same as Manchester United. Even if I don't, like them as a team.
You really don't like United.
I think Manchester United deserve to be in the Champions League. Same with Chelsea. I think.
Well, there's certain clubs you want. It's like saying Leeds should always be in the Premiership, because they're a massive club, and now they're back there.
I
It's
agree with that too.
That sort of argument that certain clubs should be at the top. And just as another quick point for Dunk now, because I know we're not on about Arsenal particularly today, but as we're on the subject, what do you think about Ozil and being completely thrown out? I know he's up and down. I know I know his quality on his day, but he doesn't trap back.
Doesn't work hard, does he?
Is it a manager's decision or is it a club decision? I know, like, you probably don't know exactly what's going on, but as an Arsenal fan, where do you stand on Mesut Ozil?
See, for me... Oh, sorry, Ben. Apologies.
I was just going to say, 2 seconds, I'll be back in literally 2 seconds. I just got to go and do something. 2 seconds.
Yeah. While I was talking about that, I'm just going to say, Duncan said Arsenal are only a few players away from challenging.
I agree.
For me, we need a centre mid, a centre attacking mid, and possibly a winger, which I would agree with.
I would agree with as well.
Because I think that the back line in general is pretty much settled. I think Holding, the only one for me in that back line that I kind of worry about is
He's
Holding.
probably the weakness, isn't he?
But he does seem to
we need another centre half.
too bad.
I mean, Dougno, could you see Upamecano? Could you see Arsenal signing him? Because I could see him going to Arsenal actually.
I think didn't we have this conversation with Dougno?
I can't remember.
The other day. I'm sure we did. I'm sure we asked him about you, Meccano, and
apologies if we have.
But I agree that Arsenal are only a couple of players off challenging. It just, but then I think there are quite a few teams within the Premier League at the minute that are like that. I think if Tottenham could find consistency, they'd be up there. If Chelsea are consistent, they'll be up there as well. Ozil should still be in the squad, but rumours are we are saving £100,000 or dollars, depending on where you live, by not playing him. With the current economic climate, it makes sense not playing him. Sorry. If that's the rumour and that's true, then fair enough. I completely understand that. I'd like Upa. We tried a 60 million offer last summer, but I think that ship has sailed.
Is Upa short for Upamecano?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just.
I think that's really interesting, and I really like. I really like the way that we're getting involved with Dunkno here, and I really like what Dunkno brings to the conversation because
absolutely
he seems quite balanced. So it's good to have somebody talking about, to have somebody talking with us like this.
You're better than me with some of your knowledge.
Thank you. That anybody can be better than you with the knowledge, Will.
Yeah, let's be fair, Will.
Yeah.
Stick to your drum and bass.
Thank you so much, Dunkno.
Absolutely.
It's people like you that are elevating the show, and we absolutely love chatting to you. Even if we can have debates about what you say and agree with some points and don't agree. It's great to have different perspectives on the game we love. So I think TubeMix wants to say something, so I'll come back.
Oh, right, okay, thank you. For me, what I really like about Arteta is saying, showing who's boss, no Socrates and Ozil, I really like that he's, because I feel...
What's happened to Socrates?
He's in Napoli, isn't he, now?
No, he's not. No, he didn't. He was linked with that, but it was if Kubale was going to go, then they were going to go for Socrates, but Kubale didn't go, so Socrates stayed.
Do you mean Koulibaly?
Oh, sorry, yeah, that's it. I can never pronounce him.
Sorry, can I just interrupt just to tell you the latest score in the Premier League is Crystal Palace 2, Leeds 1, Scott Dan and Eberechi Eze for Crystal Palace, and the man in form Patrick Bamford for Leeds United. Also, just one that's very close to my heart, in the FA Cup at the minute, Crewe are 1-0 up against Bolton. Thanks to a goal from Mikael Mandron, who is such a great striker.
Which is why it's playing in League One.
Oh, he's phenomenal. He's having the season of his life.
Is that in the FA Cup? I thought that was maybe in the league, but I do apologise.
No, the FA Cup. It's
in the
the
FA
first.
Cup.
Is it first or second round? Starting
First
today.
round.
The first round.
First
proper,
round.
isn't it?
That's it. Yeah. As I was saying, because I thought Ole was showing that ruthlessness that Arteta was, by throwing Jones out the squad, but it turns out Jones was injured. I was like groaning again. But at least I really like Arteta, really being decisive, saying, okay, you're not performing well. You're not in my plans and style. So yeah, I'm kicking you out.
Sorry, lads. It's Crystal Palace 3, Leeds 1 now. I've just seen.
Oh wow! So it looks like Palace back to winning ways, possibly. But with Leeds, you never know.
Did not held Acosta own goal. Did not see that coming at all. Let me tell you.
Wow.
I've got him in my fantasy team.
What, you've got Costa in your fancy team?
Yeah, bloody hell.
Oh, well, at least we scored for you today, Ben.
Yeah.
Just not in the right way.
Is he your captain? Because you get double points for your captain.
No, he wasn't my captain.
I don't matter. He just scored an own goal.
No, but you still get double points, so it's still.
Calvert Lewin was my captain.
Oh dear!
Oh dear!
Not going very
Gets
well.
worse and worse.
I did actually start a fantasy team, but I'm about 5-6 weeks behind.
What, you've not
Probably not.
answered it for 6 weeks?
Probably not worth carrying on then.
No, I think I'll probably just stop. I think.
I love fantasy football. I'm going to get back into it. I used to love picking the team.
I thought it was actually to do with gambling.
I used to always go for like players that were like good players but not top players. So
the solid players that always get you the points when you're like not expecting them to.
I just like to have value for money. So I'd have people like Callum Wilson in there and people. And Seamus Coleman.
Yeah, that's always been my kind of approach with fantasy leagues.
Well, you see all these people with De Bruyne in it and Aguero, and I'd just be there with like Danny Ings and players like that. So, and I just like to. It's a good game. Just a final question for Duncan on Arsenal? Do you go and watch the games? Any Arsenal games, obviously not at the minute, but do you go regularly when things are okay? And also, do you go to many games when you can go? Obviously. Are we doing the players' rating?
Oh gosh, yeah. Dugno said we have more
gone
pressing issues at the moment, and also I don't know if we did say, but hello to Jake Smith as well. Because he's watching as well.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. You know what?
He was the first comment. He was the first comment.
I'm so happy that we've actually digressed because
in a good way, yeah.
Because we've had some great comments coming in. So
yeah, keep them coming.
It's a hell of a conversation as well.
I'm really
yeah,
enjoying this.
Jake did comment, bless him. Sorry, Jake. Yeah, great win, he says. Yeah, it's a good win in the end. It's a win's a win, innit?
Yeah.
For United.
Right. Are we ready for the player ratings then, lads?
Yes, mate, yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Are you doing it well?
No, go
I
on.
like it when you do the player rating.
Oh, right. Okay. Why'd you like it? When I do the player
You just
ratings?
say it. You just say it then professionally.
Oh
like,
yeah,
you know,
I'm like
one of those
Mike
good
West, aren't I? James Alexander Gordon, and then Martin and
Gets him so
Tim
horny,
Gudgeon.
baby.
It does make me feel relaxed, I have to say.
It feels like you're relaxed by a warm fire and snuggled up.
Well,
I'm not snuggling up with you, mate.
well, wait.
Okay, are we ready, lads?
Well, I know this is going to be a bit of a downer, but have you seen what I put on the group chat? Because you'll remember it well, and apparently Mo off the bus has died of coronavirus.
Good, charming, great. It is that one. What was the name? Big Mo or something. It was on it. Yeah, the old.
No,
Wait, what?
Moda took Ashley on the boat.
That one.
Yeah.
One.
Oh no, Auntie Mo.
Yeah,
That was the name.
Yeah.
Oh God. Oh no. Oh.
Just to get sorry.
Oh dear.
Oh my
Love
god.
to all Mo's family. And
Yeah.
So that's really, really horrible news, and yeah, God, that is a bit of a dampener, isn't it? Just to go
How
back
did you
to
find out? How did you find out, man?
I got a text do you remember Sarah David?
Yeah, David's
Oh, yeah.
daughter.
I don't know why she texted
Father,
me.
you mean?
no, Sarah is the door.
I don't know
Okay,
why
Will,
she
sure, buddy.
Oh dear.
tell me, but she
Sarah Rez.
Yeah, that's her. I never spoken to her in my life, but she got me on Facebook and told me. So,
I'll have to ring Ashley afterwards.
Yeah, I think we should speak to him. So to just go back to because we've had some comments from Dunk now. He says he's not been to Arsenal for a while. He said I just came from university, finished uni, but though before I have been multiple times whenever I could get tickets. So yeah, that's good. Like for example, I'm a Chelsea fan myself, and I've only ever been once. So I understand that sometimes it's difficult to get tickets.
And Will's been a couple of times, but he can't
remember any of them.
I can remember the cheese and potato pie and the Twix were good though.
So you can remember what you ate, but you don't remember the game.
Well, to be honest, mate, it just seems like years
I
ago.
don't know if you saw it, Ben, because you weren't. I don't think you're on the stream, but I don't know if you watched it. But Will said he can't remember the score, he can't remember the players that played, and he can't remember anything about the match.
were you drugged up, Will?
No. And I also went to Old Trafford for Olympic football. It was the women's football, I think.
And what
God.
you think? Oh, you
You
know
remember
it
that?
was. Do you remember that? Who won?
I can't remember.
Ah, Jesus.
Well, do you remember anything about the Olympics balls you saw?
Yes, I remember seeing wheelchair rugby in the Paralympics.
How
Who
is
won
that?
that?
That was great. That murder ball, it's known as.
Yeah, but who won?
I can't remember.
Oh, Jesus.
And who did you go and see? Which teams?
Oh, God.
Not sure. Sorry.
How about
You're like a fish. It's like looking at a goldfish.
Sorry. Oh, Doug No said my first game was Highbury 0405 versus Middlesbrough. Arsenal won 5-3. Thierry Henry hat trick.
Wow, so that was
there you
that
go.
was the season that they were defending champions.
After the unbeatable season, wasn't it?
The Invincibles.
Oh,
not the
sorry,
Invincibles.
sorry, Invincibles. Yeah.
For God's sake.
Sorry, I'm losing the plot here.
Can I just step in very quickly because I just find it very interesting. Eberechi Eze's goal. The BBC Sport commentary says, "Step aside, James Ward-Prowse. We have a new free kick king."
Oh, bollocks.
Hang on.
Bollocks.
That foul proves extremely costly as Eberechi Eze steps up and curls a sumptuous 25-yard free kick over the wall and into the top corner. Absolutely magnificent effort. Okay, King might be a tad OTT, but it was a peach for his first Palace goal.
It's bollocks. It's not no other person in the league is better than James Ward-Prowse.
Even Trent.
Yeah,
Sam always says Trent, but I think Ward-Prowse is better.
Trent's nowhere near Ward-Prowse.
No, I agree. I just thought I'd add that into.
He reminds me very much of Beckham, Ward-Prowse.
Right. Well, we said I know we digress a lot, and to be honest, I like digressing a lot because it means that we can have conversation and interaction and stuff. But going on to this stream, we said we wanted to talk about Ollie and what we think and what our views are. So
Yeah.
do you want to open that up?
I agree with Ben. We when we were talking just before we came on air, we had a very clear plan what we wanted to do. I'm glad that we've digressed because I feel like we've had a really, really interesting conversation.
It's been in a good way, yeah, digressing.
Yeah, but we haven't actually talked that much about the game we're supposed to be covering. So yeah, I'd like to start off by saying, yeah, good 3-1 win for United. Needed it. Very, very clearly, stepped up performance levels from Basak Shahir and all that kind of thing. But obviously the jury is still out on Ole. For me, I've not been impressed with him at all as a manager.
Not even from the post-lockdown run?
No.
How about when he first came in?
Not from the post-lockdown run,
That
no.
was
The only time that I kind of was like, oh yeah, he's doing really well is when he very first came in. Like Sam said, that's probably the only time I sort of believed the hype.
For me though, that was more of a manager bounce. Like every team gets it.
No, yeah, but like just what did he win? 8 in a row. I feel like the manager thing is a thing, I know, but 8 in a row is like some manager bounce and a half. Do you know what I mean? It's just like
Yeah, I agree.
But even post lockdown, I feel like there were definite signs that teams that had just been a bit more adventurous or tried a little bit more, they would have got results. And I was very critical when United played Newcastle. Somebody's being broken into. When United played
you are in crew, George.
Yeah, when United. Hey, it wasn't me.
Don't tell them where he lives, Sam.
It was my brother's car.
I didn't give him his postcode.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. That's
But yeah, I was very critical of Newcastle in the Man United's 4-1 win because I feel like after the Luke Shaw own goal, all Newcastle did was sit back and invite pressure, and they should have been more proactive with the ball, and maybe they could have got something out of that game. Similarly, against Chelsea, really, Chelsea should have had a penalty. Like Frank
Bolton have
Lampard said,
equalised, by the way.
oh, fucking Bolton scumbags. Um, you can hold a player, that's fine, but there's no part of the law that says you can stick a player in a headlock. It was an absolute stone wall penalty.
Oh,
no
you're
matter
thinking
what
about
says.
the Maguire
Yeah.
and Aspilicueta?
But again, that's not what we're getting involved in. The point was, even then, you should look to those games and say, well, it is Man United, and they should be winning games like that anyway, because they're at home. And I've heard a lot of people saying recently, as recent as Trevor Francis was saying it with Clive Tilsley that on Talk Sport, that there is no home advantage anymore. I think that is the biggest load of bullshit I've ever heard in my life.
No. Because when the fans are back, there will be. But because there's no fans, no, I agree with them.
No, but you're still in the stadium that you feel most comfiest in. You don't have to go
I think there's less of an advantage, but there's no advantage.
No, there is less of an advantage. I agree. All I'm saying is that the advantage should still be there.
I
and yet
agree,
all of
at least to a certain extent, yeah.
And yet United are awful at home. Awful.
Well, I'm going to go into Ollie now and what I think, just to pick up on you saying United, we have been awful at home this season, especially, and I saw a tweet that summed us up perfectly at the moment, and it said, we've been the worst at home since like 1972 or whatever, but we've been the best. We've had the best away Premier League record that we've ever had or something.
Hence why we're mid-table.
Yes.
So that sums us up perfectly at the moment. And going into Owen, you see, I've always backed him, to be honest. And I think every United fan wants to see him succeed. The fact that he has been a club legend, scored a lot of important goals for us, and like I said, I have always backed him. Now I want him to succeed desperately. Is he the man? If I'm being totally honest, is he the man to win us the Premier League? I don't think so. I don't think he's ruthless enough. I think he's a bit of a yes man. Treads around the board, like he doesn't speak ill about the board. I mean, that's a bit of a touchy subject, but take for example this deadline day just gone. There was a couple of players that obviously, as we know, weren't his first choice. He wanted Sancho as his first choice target, didn't get him, so he had to settle with Facundo, Pellistri, Traore. They're supposed to be talented stars, and they're unproven at the moment. We don't know whether they will be, but he didn't cool the ball down, which, like I said, is a bit of a touchy subject, and you do have to be careful. But if you want to succeed, you have to be ruthless, and for me, I don't think Ollie has done that. I think we've seen it in glimpses, but like I was saying to George before you came on, so one of the biggest problems for me, if we get rid of him, which a lot should. I still think we should stick by him for a bit longer. But what I said was, if we get rid of him, even if we brought in someone like Pochettino, and I've said it to everyone I've spoke about this with. I've said the process will end up just repeating itself. Regardless of who you get to, and regardless of who you get to, who is going to succeed at United with the Glazers, with Woodward, with not having a director of football? Who is going to succeed, no matter how much of a
Yeah, because of the structure. I think the structure higher up is a real problem.
Yeah, exactly. No matter how good of a manager you are, you're going to be put on the back foot from day one.
I agree.
Yeah,
I
great
tell you
point.
what, Ben, I'm so glad we've got you back here.
Absolutely.
You just like a Rolls Royce, and you say things spot on. Unlike well, anyway.
Doug Noah said, "What's the highest amount of wins in a row?" I know Oakland's A's got 20 wins in a row. I've got not a clue what Oakland A's are. And there is still home advantage, but it's less obvious with less fans.
Yeah,
so some good points
I
there.
agree with that. I think when you look, we've won 7 away league games in a row. You could actually say that shows that we're at our best when we're counter-attacking. And in fact, I think one of the problems is that we don't actually have another style other than counter-attacking. Like, we don't have a plan B if it's not working.
Yeah, I think
And at home, when we have to control games, that's when we're struggling.
Yeah, what I was gonna say was when you're at home, you have to control it. It's your ground. It's where you're familiar. It's where you should be best. If you're setting up to counter-attack a team at home, then you're gonna struggle straight away because that invites them to play their football and you not to play yours. Where at home you should be more expressive, more expansive.
Yeah, but
in a way you should be more cautious.
I know I've said my points, particularly about Ollie, so I will let you have a say in a sec, but I agree with what you said about the home grounds, George. I mean, if you look at Liverpool, they've got a ridiculous home record, and it's like they've undoubtedly.
It's a fortress.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. They've undoubtedly made it a fortress, and that's what we used to do, United. But I've said this countless of times again, with United, especially at home, we don't start with intent. We don't start with high tempo.
No, we invite the other team to come on to us.
We invite the other team so they get confident, and then we let games drift, and then we start playing with high tempo before
when it's too late.
But I think this is my opinion, right? This is my opinion. I think United play, a kind of a defensive counter-attack style in places where they shouldn't. And that's what I feel like that's what kind of helps them in a way, because teams like, your Everton, your Newcastle, they're not expecting to get the chances that they do get. And maybe that is what helps United in a way as well, is to play devil's advocate a little.
Yeah, but another point I will make, and then and then I'll let you three have yours say a bit more, is that Steve McManaman said on commentary today, and I agree with him, and he said that it's very confusing with United because, you know, we beat PSG 2-1, we beat Leipzig 5-0, and then we go and lose to Istanbul on Wednesday, and it's just very confusing, and obviously it's the inconsistency, but I wouldn't mind, but the majority of the time is the same 11, so it's very confusing, but another thing is that I think it suits Ollie when teams want to come out and play and attack us, so we can pick them off, and like I said, we need to start finding other ways to win. And there was a period where we were finding one or two other ways to win, but now it seems to have diminished. But one more thing on Ollie, what I will say is that regardless of what you think of him, and I know it shouldn't be the case because we're United, but when his job's on the line and in big games, 9 times out of 10 he always gets results. It's just against the lesser teams.
Good point. Good point there. Dunkno is going now. Saying, all right, Boyos? I'm not sure whether he's meant to... Or is that... What? All right, Boyos, I think. I'm off to party to go sniff something.
Okay. Thank
you, boy.
You might know what he's talking about if you read it.
Yeah, I know what he's talking about. Don't worry, mate.
Oh. Right. Yeah.
I didn't realise I had my mic on mute. He said boyos, not boyos.
Oh right. Okay. What's boyos?
He said he's gonna go to a party. He said he's gonna go to a party and do a load of drugs, basically.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you for coming. Thank you for coming, Dunkno. It's been really interesting again, and had some great discussions. So thank you for coming.
Pleasure.
Great to have you on, buddy, and you take care and look after yourself.
Absolutely, and hopefully see you next time. I mean, see you on the comments next time. Yeah, that's what I meant.
Take care, Dunkno. Take care, mate.
Yep.
Bye.
See you. Bye. Right, so lads, do we want to do the player ratings now?
No. Yeah. Have yours say on Ollie first.
Oh, I think I pretty much needed all I needed to say about Ollie. I think.
Me too.
Are you Ollie in or are you Ollie out? What?
I'm Ollie halfway.
That's probably the same for me.
Yeah, I don't know where I stand with Ollie. Just United is so weird at the moment. It's hard.
Will. You don't stand.
Ollie out for me. Unconvinced.
You sit.
I'm on the fence, if that's what you mean.
But sometimes you absolutely slag him right off.
Yes, I know, but it's hard, particularly that United are so inconsistent, so weird. And actually, today he was actually standing up rather than just waiting for his cocktail and getting glued to his seat.
well, you do realise too that, like, for example, you say like inconsistent, and I agree that's the big common theme with United. But take for example the Istanbul game. He puts out a team that he feels can win the game. Yes, there's not always the right names on there, us as fans think, but he can't coach the type of defending we put out. Sometimes it's just down to the players, you know.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm just thinking, should we do the player ratings or we got other stuff?
Yeah.
Am I right to do the player ratings now, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I can't wait. I can't wait for this. Or has Ben got anything else he wants to add?
No, I've been talking enough. Go on with the player rating.
Right, okay. Thank you very much, Ben. Right.
Here we go, my favourite. The show. Carry on.
Right, so now it's time for the player ratings. So, it's David De Gea, beaten at his near post by Bernard in what was the first goal. He was directly culpable for this season, largely untroubled, otherwise a 5. Aaron Wan-Bissaka should have closed down Bernard better and let Luca Digne in to hit the woodwork. Did not improve much in the second half, a 5. Victor Lindelof underwent a late fitness test, but lost an aerial. I created another word, but lost an aerial duel that inadvertently assisted Bernard. That's it. Thank you, Sam. Harry Maguire dominated the United defence, defended stoutly at the death. 6. Victor Lindelof. 6.
Gotta be higher than that.
Harry Maguire, steadier than in midweek, and his sense of confrontation with Jordan Pickford and Luca Digne was much needed. Superb header to deny Dominic Calvert-Lewin in 8. That's an interesting.
That's a fair reflection on his performance. I was gonna say if they gave him a 6, that's a bit stingy, the stingy bastard.
Right. Luke Shaw, adventurous against the ageing Seamus Coleman. Yeah, Seamus Coleman's getting on a bit, isn't he?
Luke Shaw pulled his hamstring, by the way, if you didn't know.
Oh, yeah, he came off, didn't he? And Twanzebe came on.
Yeah.
I was a bit confused because it seemed very random, his injury. You know, there was no, like, it's just playing.
Hamstring injuries are random.
No, I know, but it was just, it's just usually, you don't, it was the fact that they played a replay and he was straight, you know, rather than, you know, waiting to see if he's okay, you know, it just does all the pain, usual things, and just sort of is... just sort of in that little spot in the pitch. Well,
Ben, he knows about his hammy.
Yeah, I'm an expert. No,
anyway, let's continue on. So, adventurous against...
Carry on anyway, Will.
Against the ageing Seamus Coleman, claimed the second assist of the week by crossing for Bruno Fernandes. Came off hurt in the second half at 8. That was Luke Shaw. Scott McTominay, more alert than count... Oh, sorry.
No, go on. I was just saying 8.
Oh, right, okay. Scott McTominay, more alert than counterparts Alan and Decore. I can never pronounce his first name.
Abdullah.
Abdoulaye Doucouré, is it?
Yes.
Okay. Right. Shielded United's defence with relative success as 7. Fred.
7.
Oh, sorry, Ben. What did you say
I
again?
thought he was about an 8 or a 9.
These player ratings are stingy.
This is what
It's
I mean about
Samuel Luckhurst. He does
This
this.
is what we mean about the Harry Maguire being overrated. How has Maguire got higher than Tom McTominay, who was the best player?
No, Lindelof. He got
What did Lindelof get?
6.
Oh.
That's about right.
Really, I thought we were on about McTominay.
Oh, sorry, because you're talking about Maguire, and then I thought because you'd be. Oh, sorry.
Do you not listen to what I'm actually saying?
Sorry.
This will be interesting. What did Fernandez get?
An 8.
8. He could have at least got a 9. He's won the game in our favour.
So the man that scored 2 goals and got the assist got an 8, and so
Yeah.
did Harry Maguire. That's a joke. How did
These
that?
player ratings are fast.
Carry on, Will.
Okay. Right, thank you, Sam. So, Fred. Oh, hang on. Oh, yeah, I've done McTominay. Sorry. So, Fred had the measure of his compatriot Alan, and his passing quickened.
Compatriot.
Fred had the measure of his compatriot.
Why would it be compatriot?
Sorry, is it? Oh, hang on. It looks like a French word actually. Compatriot.
No,
Oh, compatriot.
No, compatriot, right?
Oh.
Compatriot.
I've not even heard of that word before. Is it French? I think it is. It sounds
means
French.
it's fellow countrymen. It means it's his fellow countrymen.
compatriot is
Oh, a fellow
citizen.
citizen or national of the country.
Oh
no.
my god, I had to Google this.
Oh, hang on. I'll tell you what. I'll copy and paste it in the group chat so you can
I
see.
don't care, I know what it means.
Go on, Mr. Parrot, carry on.
Okay. I'll just skip that word completely. Alan.
Pretty Polly, cuckoo.
Alright,
Alan in his passing quickened United's attacks. His energy was key as the game entered the final quarter at 8.
An 8? Okay.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I wouldn't
Carry
agree
on.
with that personally, but I thought a
Carry
6
on,
or
Mr.
7
Curry.
probably.
Compatriot.
One matter could have been involved more often, and slightly surprising he stayed on long as he did. Prudent, I'm not sure what that means.
Prudent. For God, oh, Jesus. Right, just skip the big words.
Right, what's
Oh,
acting with or showing care and thought for the future.
oh God.
Oh,
Oh,
Right, just read the bloody matrix for it.
okay. I'll just skip that word completely with the ball. A 6.
If it's easier, just go through the team and say the ratings if it's easier.
yeah. Bloody hell. Come on.
Carry on.
Sorry.
We're not wrong, babe. Now we've got to order my Christmas presents by Christmas.
Bruno
It's
Fernandes.
birthday
His
tomorrow.
performance level rose again with a fine header and attempted cross that put United ahead. Upped the tempo and intensity 8.
8? Are you joking?
Marcus Rashford posed a regular threat against
He
Coleman.
was shite today,
Oh,
let's
sorry,
be
Ben.
honest. He was shite today, I thought, Rush.
Yeah, I didn't think, but he did score, didn't he?
No, he didn't.
Oh no, sorry, because we thought he did, but
didn't.
then Fernandes claimed it. Sorry. Yeah.
It was Fernandez's goal that did touch him with.
What game were you watching?
Right, I remember the first goal. It was his header, and then I'm pretty sure the second one was Rash. We thought it was Rashford, but then Fernandez claimed it.
They said he didn't touch him.
Pardon, George. Sorry.
They turned around and said that he didn't touch him.
Oh, okay.
Carry on.
Right, apologies. Posed a regular Marcus Rashford posed a regular threat against Coleman, left isolated by James Rodriguez, and denied by
I
Pickford
don't know why I do this.
when he should have scored at 2-1. 6. Anthony Martial should have scored at 0-0 and significantly accompanied. Never mind. Everton's unconvincing duo of Michael Keane and Mason Holgate a 6. Subs Axel Tuanzebe came on for sure at left back where he's played only once before, a 6. Paul Pogba played on the left wing, eh?
Yes,
5.
he did.
All right. So he didn't come on in central midfield.
No.
Did you not watch the game, Will?
Well, I was pretty sure with the subs, mate, that when I thought Pogba went into central midfield like he usually does.
I think you need to go to the opticians, mate, and get your glasses.
Well, sometimes you can't tell though, mate.
Will,
It's not obvious with the subs.
Will,
I'm gonna die.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
then won't you?
he came on for Mata, and Mata was playing off the left.
Right, well, because what I was presuming was, I know he came on for Mata, but I was thinking that Pogba, because, you know, subs, it doesn't have to be in the same position as the other player, so I was thinking that Pogba would be going into central midfield, so... Right, well, that's my mistake anyway, I do apologise.
Alright, don't worry. Keep going.
Edison Cavani scored his first for United 7, and manager Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, his midfield selections were vindicated, and the balance of the attack was not compromised by the absence of Mason Greenwood, a 7, and that's the United player ratings. I'll get the Everton player ratings.
No, you don't have to do that, mate.
Well, you know, just so we're not biased, you know.
We definitely don't need the Everton play rating.
Okay, I don't know where you get them from anyway.
Oh, God.
The Echo.
Oh, that's a good point, actually. Yeah. Liverpool newspaper, yeah.
Yeah. It's a surprise, that, isn't it?
Sometimes I really do wonder why we do these.
Right, okay. Have we got any more points?
I've just got a headache.
No. But
No.
I was just gonna. Maybe we should just preview the upcoming matches.
Oh, of course, yes. Before we do our...
Do you do that, George?
Before we do the TubeMix football podcast episode 2 on Thursday/Friday.
Well done for not telling Sam that there is a podcast, by the way.
You didn't tell me.
Sorry, that was my...
What is wrong with
That
you?
was my mistake. Sorry.
You didn't tell me neither, Will.
I thought
So basically, the live roundup that we do now, for anybody that's watching, although it's kind of dissolved into shit this has now, so let's just roll with it anyway. For anybody that's watching, we do our weekly live roundups on a Thursday, but having looked at those and decided that it's probably better to have it stick to like an hour or an hour and a half instead of the 2 hour and 45 minutes we usually do, we decided to go to pre-recorded and to do it like that. and that's it basically.
And there's no visual simulation, as in Jordan's words.
Although I don't think they really need to know that, but that's okay.
Oh yeah, okay.
So, yeah, please make sure you watch that on Friday. It should be. It came out midnight on Saturday actually, so that's another lie.
Yeah, but sometimes it took longer than expected.
When I rang you at, what was it? When I rang you at 8 o'clock. Was it 8 o'clock? Yeah, when I rang you at 8 o'clock, you said all you needed to do was put it all together.
I know, but obviously because it's the same picture, I had to sort of keep building and adding the picture.
Okay. Right, okay. Anyway, we're just going to ignore Will for now. Let's get the team news and a little bit of build-up for Chelsea and...
Chelsea are going well at the minute, and Sheffield United.
Yeah. So, Christian Pulisic is injured with a hamstring injury sustained in the warm-up from Burnley last weekend, and midfielder Kai Havertz is still out.
He's got COVID.
He's got COVID-19, exactly. Injured, Sheffield United is still without John Fleck and Lys Mousset, and also Chelsea loanee Ethan Ampadu for obvious reasons.
For one eye, by the way.
Class player. We are waiting in about 2 minutes or so. There should be the official team sheet lineup. But how can you see Chelsea and Sheffield United going tonight, boys?
Well, Chelsea, as everybody's had such a poor start to the season, like there's been lots of different results. Chelsea could actually still be in the running for the title. After all,
yeah. Wait, I've seen a few people use this analogy. You might
4-1, by the way. Crystal Palace 4, Leeds 1.
Yeah, Ben did just say that.
But yeah, I've seen people use this analogy. I don't know, you might agree with me, you might not. And I feel like at times with Lampard, it's like a kid spending money on FIFA points, getting the best players he can, but then playing on, I don't know, like 20 chemistry, but there's been glimpses of Chelsea starting to gel, and I feel like if they can do that on slightly more of a regular basis, they can be a force regarding Sheffield United. Obviously, they haven't hit the ground running like they did.
They have been unlucky though. They've only lost by one goal.
They haven't hit the ground running like they did last season. But it's got to start somewhere, and they might be feeling quietly confident just because Chelsea's defence is sometimes vulnerable. Thiago Silva came in and he has made a good impact other than his era at West Brom a couple months ago, probably now. But yeah, I see it being a win for Chelsea, but Sheffield United will get chances.
I think.
Well,
where?
Yeah.
I could just really laughing. He's putting me off.
Sorry, guys.
What are you laughing at, Will?
Oh, sorry. Just because there's been so much funny moments in this stream, you know.
Why?
You call it funny, I call it a nightmare.
Sorry.
What's been funny then, Will?
You obviously the player ratings and just loads of things, mate.
Right, let me just give you the team news for Chelsea. This is
Mendy's been excellent.
Edouard
Joe
Mendy.
Biden's won the election, by the way. I know that.
Way! Sorry.
Right. I don't think it's confirmed yet, is it?
No, because Trump, there's a legal thing.
Oh, screw him.
Yeah,
Anyway,
but he will be.
well done to Joe Biden.
Anyway, this is not a
Well
political
done to
show.
Sleepy Joe.
Edouard Mendy in goal with a back four of Reece James, Thiago Silva, Kurt Zouma and Ben Chilwell. Mateo Kovacic in midfield with Kante and then Mason Mount. And then a front three of Werner, Ziyech and Abraham with Caballero, Rudiger, Azpilicueta, Emerson, Jorginho, Hudson-Odoi and Giroud on the bench.
It's a strong enough team to get the win. Like
It's been, for my opinion, I just think it's been slow and steady progress. If anybody wants to turn around and say Chelsea challenging for the title, that's okay. That's your opinion. I don't have that opinion. I think that
I think they're still in the running because there's been so many disappointments. The big teams have all struggled. So
I still just want to kind of believe that like we're taking our time and building something, and we are building something, and it's good. It's going really well. Ziyech seems like a great player, and I'm happy with everything that he's done so far. And
Jordan, right?
Yes, mate.
I see some Chelsea fans comparing or saying Ziyech is better or has the potential to have a better impact than Bruno Fernandes. Now, for me, I haven't seen enough of Ziyech. I know he's a good player. I know he's probably gonna do well for Chelsea, but saying he potentially could have a better impact than Bruno Fernandes seems a bit ridiculous to me.
We saw quite a lot of. We've seen quite a lot of Bruno Fernandes, and the same. We haven't seen a lot of Ziyech. Everything I've seen, I really like. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think that having Ziyech back in the squad means oh yeah, absolute definite win guaranteed, and not that it meant that with Fernandes, but I do think that because he was at that point it seemed like he was United's only world class player. I think that's why he got so much praise as he did, whereas now you look at Rashford for them, and that's probably it as well. But yeah, I like Ziyech, so I think he could go on and do as well as Bruno, but I also don't know how I feel about him just being. I don't know how to word what I'm trying to say, I guess.
Well, yeah, that's fair enough. For me, you might think I'm being biased as a United fan, but I can't remember the last time a player coming into a club and having the impact that Bruno Fernandes had. I can't remember the last time a player did that. It was just phenomenal. And Chelsea fans, some of them, are saying Ziyech can do the same or better. Maybe he can, but for me at the moment it just seems ridiculous.
I mean, the signs are very good.
Yeah,
I think it corresponds with the fact that Chelsea as a team look very good.
Yeah.
What's interesting for me?
Oh yeah, Biden has
sorry.
won. Sorry, it's literally just come through that Biden has won.
Wait. Bye bye, Donald. Bye bye.
He's got dementia, I think, Joe. But anyway.
Oh, wow, that's dark.
Anyway,
Poor Joe.
I know this is a bit random, whatever, but I'm happy to do whatever time, so, but what time are we doing this to, by the way?
Tomorrow.
No, this stream now.
Well, because Man City and Liverpool is tomorrow.
No,
I'm confused. Which one
No,
are you talking about?
on today.
You know, what time are we doing today's stream till? Like now? What time are we doing this till?
You've confused me, mate. I don't know.
What time are we doing this till? Which I thought.
Oh, sorry. Well, obviously,
Talk about
after
2.5
we talk a
hours.
little bit about the Chelsea game, then we might as well finish after that.
No, all I was gonna do is just say the Sheffield United lineups. Then I was just gonna be like, yeah, see you, bye.
Oh wait, Joel. Sorry. Before you go to that, what's really quite interesting for me is Mateo Kovacic. He's back because he's been out of the team, hasn't he, for a while?
Yeah, he has actually. Yeah, it is interesting, but
Sorry.
No Havertz.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Does open the door a little bit for Kovacic. So.
What's happened in your opinion? Is it because Havertz has been performed particularly well? Is that why Kovacic has been out of the team?
Well, I'm not of the opinion that Havertz has done that well, actually.
Yeah, I agree.
He's still settling in, isn't he?
He's still adjusting.
And Werner, for that, I don't think that.
Oh, Crew too.
Yes, get in there.
Because I know you liked Kovacic. I've never really rated him, but I know you quite like Kovacic. So I just wanted to get your view on that.
Still got a broken hip, hasn't he, Rio? Adebisi.
Yeah, because I had spoke to him for a while, so
who scored the goal? Ollie Finney. Adebisi's on the bench. Sorry, Ben.
Yeah, well, obviously, as you know, I know him, but I didn't know he had broken it because I had spoke to him for a while. So.
Oh my God, guys! Have you seen what Ole said?
Go on.
Manchester United was set up to fail. We've been to Turkey, played loads of games this season already. We got back Thursday morning. We're playing Saturday lunchtime. It's an absolute shambles.
It's part and parcel of the job. Don't give me that.
Excuses again.
Yeah, don't give me them excuses. Part and parcel of the job. You've got to adapt. Yes, teams are given more rest time and recovery time than others, but it levels itself out sometimes, and if it doesn't, you just gotta suck it up.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about, weren't we, George? About was it after the PSG game? He said our season starts here.
Oh yeah, and I just thought it was the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Because it was.
Oh, actually, Ben, I actually do want to get your. I don't think we've got your view on that. Do you think was that a good thing to say? Do you think?
Well, after the PSG game, it was a good performance, a great win, great for the confidence. We could have kicked on. So I can see why he said it. I think Rio Rio Ferdinand said something similar to, and because of the confidence that Wim would have given the team, it's a good place to really try and kick on and get the season up and running. But as you know, it didn't really materialise.
Yeah, and we've heard a lot of excuses from Ole, haven't we? The things he's been saying. I think so.
Well, I do think it's excuses, but also I think he's trying to
be honest, yeah.
Cover his players, as managers do.
Are we right to finish there, Will? Like me and Sam said, I think we might need to have a word with Ash.
Oh yeah. That's fine. We've been on. We started
very close to.
We started at, what was it? Just after 2:30, and it's nearly 5 o'clock. So wow, that's got to be a record. That has.
Yeah,
one of these. Yeah.
We had some lengthy conversation. Good points.
Yeah. Thank you, Doug, who came on earlier. That was some really good points. Yeah.
Yeah, we've been going for an hour and 45 minutes, so I think we have done longer streams, but not many.
Wow. Yeah. Right. So.
We went off on a tangent at points, but like we said, that was good in our view.
Absolutely. Right, okay, well, my thanks to Ben Carney, Sam Taylor, and JLIWheels for your company. Thank you, boys.
Yeah, cheers.
Anytime.
Ben, it's always great to have you doing this show, mate. You always bring such great points.
You're the man, mate. You're the man, Ben. You're the man.
Nice one. Cheers.
Fingers crossed, Ben, that you'll be able to get doing more of these, and when you do, mate, we'll always welcome you, and it'll be great.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Our football guru.
Absolutely, and his stories is great as well.
All I do is sit and watch football.
Oh, you're feeling jealous.
He's jealous.
No, just stating a fact.
Oh. Anyway, if you want to, sorry. You just made me crash then, basically. It doesn't take much. Anyway, if you want to, like, share, comment, and subscribe to the TubeMix YouTube channel, and we'll see you tomorrow.
And just so everybody knows, Will's target is to get to 100 subscribers within 5
That's the next
years.
target. Oh, steady on, Sam.
Very, very good.
From all of us.
10 years.
Oh, sorry.
Said you might.
Yeah, within the next century, by the time, yeah.
From all of us here, goodbye.
Goodbye.
Good evening, everybody. Have a nice one.